Shalom Avracha. Good morning. I want to start by thanking our dear sponsors, Chesky and Leah Beatty, and sponsoring the Shir this morning in honor of Mishpachto Havishto. So it's really Chesky on behalf of his wonderful Eishes Chayil, his beautiful Mishpacha. The Beatty should see Yiddish Shanachas Arbili Dai, Mikol Yotze Chalatzayim, Simchas Pesurs Tovas, Big Yashakayach and Tiskalimitz. Anyone else who wants to sponsor, you can always contact office at whiteshul.com or call in at 718-327-0500, extension 3, a Big Yashakayach. And thank you so much, each and every one of you, for joining this morning. So let's turn our Siyata Dishmaya to the hallowed pages of this week's Parsha, Parshas Bamidbar. Take you to Perek Gimel, the fourth Aliyah. And there the Torah shares with us the following. Ve'ila Todas Aaron Moshe b'yom dibar Hashem es Moshe mi'ar Sinai. Ve'ila Shmos b'nei Aaron ha'bachor Nadav va'avihu Elazar v'Isamar. Eila Shmos b'nei Aaron v'chulei. And then we go through what happened to Nadav and Avihu. Continues the Torah. Pasuk Dalet of Perek Gimel. Avayomos Nadav v'Avihu l'fnei Hashem ha'akriva me'izor l'fnei Hashem in Bar Sinai. Ubonim lo hayu lahem, etc. They died. And of course the question that catches us right from the outset, Vayamos Nadav v'Avihu, why Vayamos? Why not Vayamusu? We ought to have seen and read of the plural conjugation. Now again, this is what to talk about. After all, the Torah just told us two psukim previous, B'nei Aaron ha'bachor Nadav, with an asnachta, separating Nadav and Avihu, perhaps because it was really Nadav who initiated based on the Medrash Tanchuma, and Mishpatim in the Gemara Sanhedrin, that Nadav turns to Avihu, and he says, oh, when are these Cain and Moshe and Aaron going to pass away? We're going to take over. So it could be that perhaps because Nadav initiated, we separate Abachor Nadav and then Vavihu, and then Vayamas Nadav Vavihu. But again, it needs something more. We need a beer over here. Why Vayamas? Especially when this is the third time we're actually reading about the tragic demise. We already read about their death back in Parshas Shmini. And what did the Torah say over there? Vayamusu, about Krim of Nation. Vayamusu, it says Loshen Rabim. We go to the beginning of Achrimos, time number 2. And what does it say over there? Yet again, Vayamusu, Loshen Rabim. Here we have 3 times, thrice in the Torah. And for Palma Shlishi, for the 3rd time, we go from Vayamusu to Vayamas, and needs a beer. And why is it Vayamas and not the expected Vayamusu? So listen in on an Imre Shammai. Rav Shammai Ginsburg writes in his Gavaldige Sefer, Imre Shammai, this week's Parshas Bamidbar. He says, let's take a look at the Zohar. The Zohar Kodesh writes in Parshas Achimos, Adaf Nun Zayin Amin Aleph Shteit in Zohar Kodesh, that Nadav and Avihu, they died. Mesu Gufam, their Guf died, but not the Mesu Nafsham. Nah, the Helig and Neshama, the Ish came in, sucked it out. But what happened to the Neshama in the interim? Alright, the Zohar Kodesh, their Neshamas, those of Nadav and Avihu and his Gago reincarnated and became part of Pinchas. That's why when we fast forward to the beginning of Parshas Pinchas, what do we read? Pinchas ben Elazar ben Aaron HaKohen. Why do they need to delineate the genealogy, the lineage, trace back to Aaron HaKohen? Writes the Zohar Kodesh, because the Neshamas of Nadav and Avihu reincarnated were Nesgalgel into the Neshama of a Pinchas. So just like Nadav and Avihu themselves were the bottom of Aaron HaKohen, Pinchas ben Elazar, but he's not just the son of Elazar. Elazar was incorporated and attached to his Helig and Neshama, those precious Helig and Neshamas of Nadav and Avihu. And now he too was what? Ben Aaron HaKohen, because he had the Neshamas of the Bnei Aaron HaKohen mixed in with his Pinchas ben Elazar, but Pinchas is also ben Aaron HaKohen, writes the Zohar Kodesh, because he had those Neshamas. On that note, before we get to the answer of the Imre Shammai, let's just interject the Gavaldige Remes of the Panim Yafos for Pinchas Levi Horowitz, Baal Haflo, Baal Sefer Makin of Rebbe Elichsam Sefer, and he writes in his first shtickle, Parshas Pinchas, he also mentions this idea of the Zohar that the Neshamas of Nadav and Avihu were Nisgalgel into Pinchas, and we also know the Yalkut Shimon in the beginning of Parshas Pinchas. We know Tanyonis and Uziel in a few places, or Bein Machai, there are not many Rishonim. We have Chazal's Rashi Bava Metziv Kuf Yadalid. We know that Pinchas hu Eliyahu Navi. Pinchas is Eliyahu Navi. Writes the Panim Yofas Gavaldik. Pinchas is Gematria Reish Ches 208, which is Havaya 26 times 8. Pinchas was Lamaylam You take Shem Havaya, 26, you multiply it by 8, Lamayla Menatzefa. 26 times 8 is 208, that's Gematria Pinchas. He was a Malach Hashem Tzavakas, Lamayla Menatzefa. And what happened? He was Zeichet his Parshas Gashmi Shleimus on Hashama. Ashalo Hutzruch Lamisa. Pinchas didn't need to die. He becomes Eliyahu Navi. What do we know about him? Ramban in Achiros Perkid Ches. He reached the highest Madriga, being Mekanish, the Gashmi, transcending the world of the mundane and the material. Hamamela Eliyahu was Zocha to be Nichnas B'Chai of the Gan Eden, as the Brisa tells us in Kal Rabasi in Parak Gimel and Derech Zuta, the end of the first parak. But continues the Panim Yafas. Yermos Al Zeki Mispar Anoda V'Aviu, based on the Zohar, the Neshamas and Noda and Aviu went into Pinchas, and Pinchas became Eliyahu Novi. Take the Gematria Nodov V'Aviu and Eliyahu Hanovi, and it's Gematria 208, Gematria Pinchas. Who was Pinchas? Pinchas was Eliyahu Hanovi, and based on the Zohar here in Achamos and Zayim and Aleph, he also had the Heilig and Neshamas and Nodav and Avihu attached to his Neshama. Pinchas 208, who is the Metzias of a Pinchas? Nodav and Avihu, and Eliyahu Hanovi added the Gematria, and that gets you 208 in Makol, and that's Gematria Pinchas. That's who he was. So back to the Neshama we go. Amela Nodav and Avihu, we know Chazal tell us they never got married. If they never got married, they were only half a Neshama, because the Zohar itself writes in Parshas Vayikra that Duchra Pla Gufa Mikri, a Zohar that in the cave is only half a Neshama. So Nadav, who never got married, was half a Neshama, and Avihu, who never got married, was half a Neshama. They were only two halves of Neshama. So Mela, what? When you talk about the actual goof of Nadav and Avihu dying, rights of Shammai Ginsburg and Shammai, that's Parshas Shmini, that's Parshas Achrimos, that's Vayamusu. They died because the goof died. The goof of Nadav died, and the goof of Avihu died. But when you're ready now, in this week's parsha after the death, by this point the neshamas already nesgalgal into Pinchas, so the goof already died. Now we're talking about what? And we're talking about half the neshama of Nadav, because he never got married. Half the neshama of Avihu, they merged into Pinchas' neshamas, and now viewing it from the perspective of the neshamas that were nesgalgal into Pinchas, it was half a Nadav, half an Avihu. They combined together. It's not Vayamusu, it's now Vayamos Nadav and Avihu. The half of neshama and Nadav that combined with half neshama and Avihu, they combine together. Now it's Vayamos. Now it's as if one big neshama died. That's the neshama that went into a Pinchas. Hence Loshen Yochen, not Loshen Rabim. That is the Yimrei Shammai. So here we have a Pinchas. He mamish becomes Eliyahu Novi. He is a Malach Hashem Tzavakas. You have the Heilig and Neshamas of the Krovei HaKodesh of Nadav and Avihu, who now join into your Neshama, hence Vayamas, because we're talking about the perspective of the Neshamas, who was half a Neshama and Nadav, because he never got married, half that of Avihu. That's Vayamas Nadav Avihu L'fnei Hashem Akriva Meizara. So now comes Pinchas, and Pinchas is Masakin that. And what does Pinchas do? L'fiyini is Daiti. It's a Gavaldig Tikkun. Why? Because the main Aveira of Nadav and Avihu, at least one of them was, they were more Olachem B'fnei Rabbo. They didn't ask the Shaila for Moshe Rabbeinu. What's the Chiddush about Pinchas? Let's go to the Gemara in Sanhedrin. I'll pay base on an Aleph. And the Gemara tells us, quoting the posik from the end of Parshas Bolak, Vayar Pinchas ben Elazar ben Aaron HaKohen, and what did he see? Amarav Ma'aseh v'Niskar Halacha, and he remembered after seeing Cosby and Zimri, he remembered in the Maisa of the Bol Aramis that there's Halacha Bol Aramis Kana and Pogimbo, but it's Halacha ve'Morikei. And I know what? That's the Halacha. You go out and you don't have to ask the Shaila. And yet, what do we see? Pinchas goes over to Moshe Rabbeinu, and he says, look, didn't you teach us it came in now from Sinai that Habol Aramis Kanan Pogabo? So Moshe Rabbeinu says, you know what, Pinchas, you're right, but Kayan and Digarti, you have a Parvanka, the one who reads the letter. He's the one who should be the one to deliver it. It was your idea, you carry it out. What do you see from this? L'chor, it's very geschmack. The Zohar HaKadosh is telling us that Nadav and Avihu, when it's Galgalis Pinchas, that means it was up to Pinchas now to be Masakein, the Chet of Nadav and Avihu. So what do we know? First of all, we know from this farm that Pinchas got married. We know that Pinchas got married. We know Eliyahu Novi was married. There's all Shaila, did his wife. How was his wife in Aguno when Eliyahu went and say from Malachim Asara Shemaima? So he gets married. Not only that, Pinchas, the same way, Nadav and Avihu, they did what? They did a Maisa, and they didn't ask Moshe Rabbeinu. They were more Racham the Frei Rabbo. Comes Pinchas after he has the Neshamos and Nadav and Avihu, when the halacha dictates that he doesn't need to ask Moshe Rabbeinu. V'afal Pikein, he still goes and he asks Moshe Rabbeinu. Fini Estaiti, what a Gavaldiga Tikkun of the Mora Lacham and Frei Rabbo. Now that he has the Neshamos and Nadav and Avihu, the Chiddush is that even in a matzav when he didn't have to ask Moshe Rabbeinu, and Alpha Pekin, he's machniya himself in front of Moshe Rabbeinu to ask him the shayla. Moshe, I'm not doing anything without you granting me the license, giving me the green light. Gavaldiga Tikkun. So what does Pinchas do now? Pinchas, as opposed to Nadav and Avihu, who were doing what they wanted to do, Pinchas writes the Rokechas Lashon Panav V'chas. He turned and he was chas kavod shamako. It was the total his batlus, the Mesiris Nefesh, put his life on the line. He becomes a Malach Hashem Tzavakas, and he does it ach v'rak for HaKadosh Baruch Hu, doesn't care an ounce about himself. He's doing it all for the Eibishter, and as we said, he asks Moshe Rabbeinu. So now you have a Pinchas. He's Masaking Nadav and Avihu, and he becomes in the process Perkin Ulazar in the time Yonasum and Aziel, and the Yalkut Shmoni in the beginning of Parshas Pinchas. He becomes Eliyahu Navi. Mardik, Pinchas becomes Eliyahu Navi. Now we mentioned many times in the past, Pinchas 208. He was a Gilgal, writes the Mami Pan of Yitzchak. Yitzchak Avinu. Yitzchak is Gematria 208. Yitzchak the Tikkun is all writes. And Tikkun Chavav is Osios Keitzchai. Yitzchak Osios Keitzchai. Gematria 28 is Nisgalgal is Pinchas. Pinchas becomes Eliyahu Navi. Who is going to take us to the Zmana Kates, my dear friends? Eliyahu Navi is the Mavasar Gula to take us to the Zmana Kates. Yitzchak is Keitzchai. It's all one and one the same person. Let's not ever forget who gave us Tfilas Mincha. Brachas Chavam Ameis Yitzchak is Masakin Tfilas Mincha. And what do we know about Eliyahu Navi? Pinchas Eliyahu. Brachas Davav Ameis Eliyahu Navi Lonela Ela B'Tfilas Mincha. And we can end on Yitzchak is Avinu is the first one who is Nimul Shmona, the first one who has a bris on day number 8, and he becomes Pinchas 208. Pinchas becomes Eliyahu Navi. Eliyahu Navi, of course, is the Malach HaBris. So Yitzchak is the first one who is Nimul Shmona. Eliyahu Navi is the Malach HaBris. Yitzchak gives us Tfilas Mincha, and Eliyahu Navi Lonena Ela B'Tfilas Mincha. Yitzchak 208, Pinchas 208, Yitzchak Keitzchai, who brings us to the Zman HaKetz Eliyahu Navi. And let's not forget who was the first Ben to the first Av, the first Parsha that in fact is called Parshas told us. Hey, let's told us Yitzchak Avram Harolos Holodis. Yitzchak, the first Ben, is born to the first Av, the first one in the patriarchal line, the first one in the Avos HaKadoshim. And he's in the Skalgalis. Pinchas becomes Eliyahu Navi. And what's Eliyahu Navi's main job? Have Torah Shem Sagoda Malachi Per Gimel Posach Chav Gimel. Hey, is Hini Anochi Shlech Lachem. And then Posach Chav Dal. What does the Navi say? Eliyahu's job is to reunite the Yavas and the Banim with the Yavas. Then, of course, is Yitzchak, the union of the first Ben with the first Av, which is the demonstration of Bris Milah, which is the first mitzvah that an Av performs al Bino. And all comes together. Pinchas 208, Yitzchak 208, and now he becomes Eliyahu Navi with the Neshamas and Nadav and Avihu. 208 is also Nadav and Avihu and Eliyahu Navi Gevaldik. So he becomes a Malach Hashem Tzavakas. He's Masaka Nadav and Avihu. Seklayasol, if you're now in the Dor Hadei Dor Bamidbar, and Moshe Rabbeinu is passing away, and Moshe Rabbeinu is leaving this world, who is the best Mamali Moko? Who do you think is the best Mamali Moko? Pinchas ought to have been the Mamali Moko. Pinchas ought to have been Moshe Rabbeinu's successor. Yet a Malach Hashem Tzavakas walking amongst their camp, and the people gradually knew L'chayra the Galus of Pinchas when it comes time for Yeshua to send spies into the land. Who does he pick? Obviously, first choice is Kalev, his trusted colleague from way back, Parshas Shlach, when they went into Tzol to begin with. And who's going to join forces with a Kalev? Pinchas is the other one. The other scout, the other spy that he sends along with his trusted friend and colleague, Kalev. And what does the Navi say? And Parak Beis says Yeshua, it says, when Rochav Azona hid them, Vatitzbeno, not Vatitzbenem, she hid him. Writes Rashi in the Radak, quoting the Medrash Tarchum and Parshas Pinchas, you didn't need to hide Pinchas. Why? Because Pinchas is a Malach Hashem Tzavakas. Pinchas became Eliyahu Navi. Rochav Azona in the beginning of Sefer Yeshua didn't need to hide Pinchas. He was a Malach. All you needed to do was to hide Kalev. He had a Malach. He had someone who was mamash invisible. Invisible. Malach, he can make himself invisible. This is, and what do you want to tell? I Galus and Tyra. No problem. Let's be medayik as Rav Yudal Tuski does in his Yoni Yehudi, and Parshas Pinchas as Rav Betzalel Jolti does in the Machon Yishalayim Sefer Zikaron of the Mishras Yavetz. Rav Betzalel Jolti in the Ha'oris and the Gos of the Mishras Yavetz, and now Dam on the Rambam. When the Rambam delineates, he outlines for us the Messiah, the transmission of Torah from Moshe Rabbeinu to Ravina Ravashi, the 40 generations. And what happens, Moshe Rabbeinu, to whom did he give the Torah? So we know Moshe Kibbutz Torah Messiah, Masar li Yeshua, Yeshua is a Canaan, Masar li Yeshua, but if you look at the Rambam, writes the Heilige Rambam, Elazar, Pinchas v'Yoshua, Pinchas Shloshtan Kibla Moshe. That's the terminology of the Heilige Rambam when it came time to receiving. What is the Loshen? The Loshen is these were the individuals who received the Torah from Moshe. Elazar, Pinchas, Yoshua, Shloshtan Kibla Moshe, but Mesara the Yoshua. But who was Makabel the Torah even before Yoshua's name is mentioned? First they had Elazar, okay, but he became the Kohen Gadol, took over for his father Aaron the Kohen. And then you had Pinchas, Parshas as the Yav Mishras Yavetz of Jolti, and a Yoni Yehudi are both Medayik. Clearly by the Rambam placing Pinchas before Yoshua, als Chashivas HaTorah, Pinchas is even greater. Ultimately, yes, Tezayim and Alf, Yeshua became great, and Torah like Moshe Rabbeinu, but Pinchas was the one he gave it over to. Then Yeshua, the Messiah of the Torah, went to Yeshua. But you see, Pinchas was a Gadol in Torah. You see, Pinchas became Eliyahu Navi, so why isn't he the successor? So the Chorah of the Torah is Parshas. And I saw Baruch Shekivati, Rabbi Yudal Tuski. Yudal Tuski says, you have a Malach Masalik Besoch Hamachane. Why people were Mavazim, Rubub and Putizeh? What's going on over here? Why wasn't he the Gadol? Right, Rabbi Yudal Tuski. Zeno Sein Lanu Mafteach Lifter Chidas Pinchas. You know the key to unlock the riddle of Pinchas. Gadol Haya Pinchas of Alohaisa Daitum Arevasim Abrius. But you know what was missing? He was a Malach Hashem Tzavokis Gavaldik, but he wasn't Ma'urav and Ma'brius. He wasn't someone that everybody was able to relate to. He was on fire. And think about it. He had the Neshamos and Nodav and Avio. They were on fire. They didn't get married. They were Mamish Bekrovei HaKodesh. They were head and shoulders above everybody else. And now he has Nodav and Avio inside. He becomes Olyonovi. He's Mamish Shichmol Lamala. He's a Malach Hashem Tzavokos walking amongst the Stam Yidin and Klai Yisrael. But you know what? You need to be the leader, not the one who's on fire. You need the one who's Daito, Ma'urav and Ma'brius. Lefini is Daiti. And when was Yeshua chosen to take over as the successor of Moshe Rabbeinu? And none other than Parshas Pinchas. What a Pele! Pinchas has the second longest parsha in the Torah. He has a parsha name for him, Parshas Pinchas, and the parsha where he gets the Schar Briskun and Solam. And yet we turn to Parshas Pinchas to Perchav Zayin. Pasuk Yirches Vayomer Shem Moshe Kach L'chas Yeshua Ben Unisha Sheruach Bo V'Samachtas Yad Chalav. To whom are you going to do Smichas Yadayim? Who's going to be the one appointed, selected by the Eibusher to be Moshe Rabbeinu's successor? Isha Sheruach Bo, as Rashi cites the Chazal. He had Ruach HaKadosh and he was able to relate to the Ruach of Kol Ish V'ish. He was able to relate to everybody. He was able to go ahead and be down to earth and relate to everyone. That's who you need as a leader. The Fini Sukkah Chavchesem and Aleph Hil Hazokin at 80 Talmidim, the greatest of whom was Jonas Ibn Azil Kolo Shapriya Cholemianis. He was burning up the birds. Amamish, he was on fire. Ayin Taisis from Chal Dar Hashem, he was on fire. But who was the leader? The lowest Talmud. Why? Because Rav Yochanan ben Zakkai was what? The one in Perak Beis Perak Elvis to be Mishambeach Leiv Tov Shebachlal Devar Devrechem, the Leiv Tov. He's the one Brochus the bottom of Yitzayin and Rav Yochanan ben Zakkai Havi Makdim Sholem Afilu Nachi Shebeshuk. He's the one who greeted good morning, hello, to even the guy in the marketplace, Klal Yisrael. Go out there and say good morning to every single Yid. Say good Shabbos, good Yontif to every Yid. That's scandalous. That was the VIP pass of Yocham and Zakkai. It's Gavaldik to be Yonas and Azil. And he's a Malach Hashem Tzavokis and he's burning up the birds. And the Gemara in the beginning, Megillah, Nastaseya, Ha'ilah, Dalah, Neas, Parsa, Dalah, Neas, Parsa, Megillah, Sisrei Torah. But in the end of the day, who's the leader of Klal Yisrael? Isha Sheruach Bo, someone who knows how to relate to every Tom, Dick, and Harry, every Reuven, Shimon, and Levi, someone who knows how to be down to earth, how to be relatable, personable, and congenial, warm, and amicable in front of every single human being. That's the Galus Gufa packed on the pages of Parshas Pinchas, where Pinchas gets to his Gadolus, inserted right therein is what? He's Gavaldik, Sheba Gavaldik, Leilu, Leilu, but who's the next leader? Yeshua. Why? Because Isha Shuruch Bo. Yonah, someone is burning up the birds. But who's the next leader? The one who is Makdim Sholem, who goes goes down the street and he says hello and good morning to everybody, even the goyim. He's makdim shalom. Say, Klal Yisrael, you want to be a manig, you want to be a leader, it's got to start what? You walk down the street, you say hello, you say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, you say a good Shabbos, Shabbat Shalom, you say a good Jontiv to everybody with whom you come into contact. Greet them and greet them with a smile. Be makabel everyone. Masave upon Yavasu b'simcha. That's the ticket to greatness. That's where Yochanan ben Zakkai, he's the Gol Hador, just like Yeshua was the Gol Hador over a Pinchas. Yochanan ben Zakkai over a Yonas ben Uziel Klai. So let's go out. Let's follow the model. Let's follow the lesson. Let's go ahead and have a geshmak a day. Hatzloch and bracha with everything.